Hopefully we are live. I'm just going to check that. Give us a thumbs up. Put some comments in if you can see. So I believe we are live. I'm just checking myself. We've gone live a little bit earlier than planned. Waiting for a few people to log in. We'll get this going. Yep, looks like we're live. All good. Awesome. All right. We've got a few people logging in now. Give us a thumbs up. Put your postcodes in as per usual through the show. I'll give away some stuff tonight. We're obviously themed Wilson, everything Wilson. So I've got a postcode prize to give away tonight by just whacking your postcode into the comments. And that'll be a nice brand new Xeric hat and Wilson buff. We've got 3 of those to give away. So 1 for the postcode and 2 for questions. And g'day, David. How you going, Brock? All right, so we've got Mark. We've got Mark on. Awesome. So put your postcodes in for a prize. Ask your questions for a prize. We've got heaps to go over. I am covering everything Wilson tonight. We are live. Well, look at my Wilson thing's dropped off. We are live from AFTA in Queensland. So we're going to cross to Boothie here in a minute. We're going to have a quick chat to Boothie and find out all things new from Bone, Venom, Mustard, and a few other bits and pieces that are going to be released tonight. So I'm looking forward to it. G'day, Reese, Nathan, Matthew, Paul, Dale. We've got a few on now. So I'll cross to Boothie and we'll say g'day from there. So I can get my mouse to work right. And I shall bring the man on himself.
G'day, mate.
G'day, how you going?
Oh, a bit tired already after day one, but yeah, very excited about what we've got to show you guys tonight.
Yeah, look, I'm really looking forward to it because I don't know the full extent of what you're going to release tonight. I've just been told to hold my hat and be ready for it. So I'm looking forward to some announcements tonight, and for everyone out there that'll be watching this either live, 5:30, 4:30, people will be driving home from work, stuff like that. So they'll be able to watch it later on. We'll share the links out later on if they want to find out a bit. But you've got, you're at AFTA. So for the people down here in Victoria don't know what AFTA is, tell us what it's about.
So AFTA's our yearly get-together that's been delayed by a couple of years because of that wonderful cold that we all got. This is the first time in 3 years we've had a go at it. And, in between those 3 years, we've got somewhere around 150, 180 new products that we're going to show everyone. And I think you guys are going to be the first ones that we've officially done anything with. So it's pretty exciting from my point of view.
Oh, it's exciting from my point. I've got the scoop. So I'm a day ahead of everyone. I'm loving it. So.
Absolutely.
All right, so we've got somebody standing in the background there, sort of hanging around. You are due to go and have a few drinks. You're the drink stall for the night, so everyone's going to be popping in and out of your stall, obviously, to get a few cold ales tonight. But you've got a huge stall there.
Yeah, it's massive. We've got I think 120 square meters of space. We got all of our major brands. We've got a whole bunch of new brands, which we'll talk about a bit later when we get to them around the stand.
Yep.
But at the moment, everyone's enjoying drinks on Wilson's. So we've got the bar set up out the front here, and everyone's getting themselves into a beer, so which is great. There's the GM over there talking it up and smiling for everyone. So we won't get him on camera, unfortunately. He's got to put up with me, but. We'll hopefully have a chat with Dicko and we'll get Bone on. I think that'll be good to talk about Bone's products with him directly.
Yeah.
And and I'll hopefully muddle through the rest of it. If there's any questions on anything you want a closer look at a product, make sure you write it down and let Corey know so I can focus in on it and tell you what you need to know.
Yes, because we've got a lot to go through. We won't get through it all in an hour tonight, but we'll get through most of the cool stuff, I would reckon.
Yeah, I'd say so. And I reckon, speaking of cool, there's not a whole lot more cool than the new Bone stuff. So I'll just grab the man himself for a sec and introduce you to Bone Lim, the creator of the bone lures. I just got to get an earplug into him.
Hello.
Luckily, we like each other and we can cuddle.
Yeah, that's it. The closer you get, the better. No 1.5 metre rule here.
No, not here at the moment in Queensland. So we're live now, Bone. So don't say anything crazy.
Okay, I never did that.
And,
Hey,
and
all right,
Bone's
so
got
Bone,
a new Drago. So that's the most exciting thing for me.
Yeah.
yep. Look,
I'll
and
show
I'm
you
very
guys the new
excited too.
Drago.
Tell us about it.
So let's talk about the Drago, Bone, and what's different about this one compared to the previous version.
Okay, for the Drago, in terms of blanks, we are using much higher quality blanks now because it's been a few years, so they have come out with a better quality carbon. And then of course I upsized the guide. The Aussies love bigger guide, so I upsized the guide a little bit. And then the most interesting part I love about this is the carbon handle. It's in one piece with the real seats. Everything is one piece in carbon handle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, can you guys see it? Yeah, so this actually makes it super light and sensitive. It's got good response, helps in your casting, and a lot in, of course, the sensibility.
And of course, it's the beginning of never ending, which is Bone's catch cry.
Beginning of never ending, what does that even mean?
We don't know. If you don't know, we're never going to know.
I know what that means.
Talk something crazy.
I know what that means. That means as soon as you've bought one and put it in your hand, you're going to buy another one because for the last 2 years I've been using them and they are insanely good bit of kit.
Okay, yeah. So now it's even, if you ask me, it's even better than before. Yeah, with all the new stuff coming. Yep.
Yep, that's awesome. Now, I've got a photo here. I'm going to bring it up on my screen. You guys won't see it. It's for everyone out there in Facebook land. So there's a full range of rods there. I will be sharing this out later on, but that's a really cool setup of Drago rods there. I'm looking forward to seeing all of them in my hand at some stage.
Yeah, thank you, Corey.
No worries at all.
Yeah.
So Bone's also got a whole bunch of flash new lures.
Yeah.
Yes. Tell us about the new lures.
Yeah, so some of these are a little way away from actually making it to market. So this is a proper sneak peek for some of the guys.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to turn the camera around and hopefully I'll get it right.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec.
Okay. So it's all right. I think just face us is fine. I think. Okay. So I've got a SP Barra here. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
See the detail on this thing? Okay, so this actually comes with in 3 tails. So this is one normal tail that you can do actually fleeing action, and then you plug the tail out, you swap it to a pedal tail, you give it an eye rolling, and then there's another tail that's this way. That's a fluke tail to give it a more erratic kick action.
So basically, we're talking a swim boat with 3 different actions from 3 different tails.
Yes, depends on the condition you are going to fish with, and then you can change the tail according to what you want.
So typically of a bone lure, there's more than one use for it. I'm looking at those thinking Murray cod are going to love those.
Yes, Murray cod, flatheads, and of course barramundi. I think they caught some barra and Murray cod definitely for this. Yes.
Yeah, well, just when we were prototype testing, I only had one cast with, let me just get the colour that I used.
Yeah.
Hold that one up for the camera there, Bone. This is a Murray cod coloured one.
Wow.
One cast and got a 111 at my whaler. So
that is so cool. And how far away from market will they be?
Okay, now we are coming here to consult, you guys on what colors you guys need. So most probably, if you guys give us the color now, it's most probably gonna be out in half a year, 6 months.
Excellent. Hey, we've got a question in for you, Bone. Paul Langley wants to know, what's your favourite fish that you like to catch in Australia?
In Australia, the Saratoga. The toga, I haven't caught one yet.
So you're going to have to catch a southern one, you're going to have to take him up to Gympie there.
Yeah, we might have to take him to Barumba or somewhere easy and catch him one on a bit of bait. He's not real good at lure fishing, Bone.
No, you only scared I outfish you, eh?
as long as we catch him on surface, I think he'll go home happy.
Yeah. I would really like to catch one on surface lure. That's my favorite, man.
Oh,
favorite.
yeah.
They
for
look so
sure.
good.
So
It's a good pick.
what's the species called that you taste that's very much like a Saratoga?
Yeah, that's arowana. So I've been chasing arowana in Southeast Asia. I've caught most of the species in arowana, and then I'm left with the toga in Australia. I haven't got one yet.
Yeah. So the arowana is very similar to a toga in build. Like I've seen your videos, it looks
Yes.
like a toga. Yeah.
Yes, it's quite similar. If you don't give it a proper look, I think a lot of people will mistake them as the same fish, but they are kind of different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. So we're looking forward to those lures hitting the market for sure. What else have you got?
So he's also got the focus, which we all love, has exploded into something a little bit more massive.
Yeah. So take a look at this. This is quite a massive lure, and then this thing comes with this clip at the back, so it can turn it into a three joint or a two joint bait. So if a two joint one, it actually does a zigzag action. Very good response. When you stop, it's gonna like turn 180, float back up, and then of course if you were to take this out, take the C clip out, it turns into a three joint lure. So during three joint time, it's actually more like a more injured, more smooth action. So you can put it three joint or put back the clip into two joint. More zigzag. Yeah.
What length is that?
Hey?
What length is that?
How long? I mean, this length, I can't hear you properly. Yeah, this is 190 mm.
Oh, wow. That is so cool.
Yeah, so during this show, I've got a lot of response that they want this in 160. So, yeah, I'm going to do 160 for you guys.
So there's an exclusive. We're getting a 160 bone focus and also a 190 bone focus.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so good.
Yeah, it looks like a focus, but it's not called a focus. It's a Versal 190. Sorry, pardon me, I didn't tell them the name for these lures yet.
Yeah, he keeps all these little secrets from us.
No, well, the focus has been such a good lure down here, for sure.
Yeah, you know that the Wilsons, they have got the new colors for the focus in the Aussie colors, and then now there's another lures for you can use for Murray cod, the Fury.
Yes,
130.
yes.
Yeah, this one is a crawler, and then you got its foldable wings, the soft wings, so you don't have to worry if the fish smash it or you cast it to the rocks. You don't have to bend it back. It's soft. They come back by itself. All right.
Yep.
So if you were to remove this, just unscrew this thing. You'll turn it into a popper. Yeah, I'm gonna unscrew this thing. Remove the flap. Yep. And I'm turning it into a popper.
Oh, wow. That is so cool.
Yep. And then of course with the prop as well.
Yeah.
A lot of promotion. Yep.
I'm not. I would think that's not too big for an Aussie bass either.
Sorry.
Aussie bass.
Yeah. I've caught some Aussie bass before. They're great, man. They're aggressive. They're aggressive like pickup bass actually. Love them. Yep.
And I reckon that size lure that you've got there is not too big for an Aussie bass, to be truthful.
No, but then there'll be a smaller version, an 80 version. It's always interesting when I come to the show, they tell me they got use this for Aussie bass, a smaller version. And then some of them, they want it bigger for different type of fishing. Bigger popper so that they can use for, offshore GTs fishing. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, and we've got a few comments in the comments card. They're saying that that's an awesome looking swim bait. So they're liking the swim bait.
Thank you.
No, he goes all right, Bone. I don't want to say it too loud in front of him.
Yeah.
Right, now we're going to have to drop a kiss.
Yeah, because this is like for the right here. It's all right. I'll just still put it here. So I can't hear you properly.
No, that's okay. We're going to have teething problems when you're live. There's no problems with, we'll just bumble our way through it.
Okay.
So Bone also has another range of lures. What are these ones called, Bone?
Okay, so I'm actually launching a new range of lures under Bone Fishing One. The brand is called Tafia.
Yep.
So Tafia will mimics quite a lot of predator fish, but then mix them into a lure. For this one, it's a yellow chick jug, so it's a jug bait that actually looks like the yellow chick carp. And then we've got sky gazer, we've got papuan bass, we've got toga, and a lot of stuff coming up. in this new brand.
So they're a jerk bait.
Yeah, this one is jerk bait. The one I'm holding on to is a jerk bait. Yep. And then I've got the sinking pencil here.
So that's a sinking.
Yeah, that's a sinking pencil, and that's actually a smaller one. Yeah, these are the trout lures, 60.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a sky gazer minnow. I've got all of this year at the show this time. Got about 9 models is launching like this year.
Yep.
Yep.
No, that's insane. No, once again, that's a range that will cover all. Like my show, you know, is predominantly inland waterways, freshwater fish, and all of those lures would still work on yellow belly, cod, and Aussie bass for sure.
Yeah, I reckon it will be. It will be. Yes.
Right, we'll leave Bone there because he's got some pressing customer things he has to do, unfortunately. So, yeah, unfortunately, I'd like to have you for the full hour, but yeah.
So would I.
Yeah. As much as I like cuddling.
Thank you very much, Bone.
Thank you, Corey. I'll see you around.
Yes, you will.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
Now, just before you walk away from that stand there, Boothie, just turn around, show us, put the camera on those lures again so people can see them.
Yep. So this one's the Fury.
Yep.
This one's the big. Oh, I don't even know what he called it anymore, but I'm just calling it a 190 Focus because it is.
Yeah.
So that's all. I like this part here.
Oh, I love that. Yeah,
I love that you can change it.
Yeah, taking it from a glide to a swim bait is just insane. That's really cool.
Yeah. And that's the Spy Barra. Yeah, that's a beauty, that one. And of course, the other thing we have is a whole bunch of different Bone Focus 130 colours.
Oh, look at that. Show us that peacock bass coloured one in the back. How good will that go on the cod looking like redfin?
Yep. Yeah, it's beautiful, that one.
Mm.
So he's got that. He's got the Murray cod coloured one. So yeah, beautiful things. You know, that's a roach every day of the week. Maybe
every day of the week.
So we've got this one, which could, it's a largemouth bass, but easily mistaken for a baby cod.
Yeah.
And everyone loves the white one. So.
Oh, coped in magic.
Yeah, that's it. So some beautiful lures there from Boney's. Yeah, I love his stuff. It's all very good and very exciting. So.
Oh, look, yeah. Not only that, is it everything that he does has more than one purpose. So as like that swim bait to a glide bait with the clip of one clip, that's just insanely well thought out.
Yeah, exactly, and that's knowing your lures and what you're chasing, and listening to the people. Yeah, we get a lot of feedback to Bone and from Bone about what's happening, and developing something like that. That was a total surprise to us when we had our meetings yesterday. And Bone brought that out, and everyone's going, "Oh, why have you got packing tape in it?" And it's there for a purpose. So yeah, good surprises like that have happened for us as well as you guys now. So that's it's cool.
And that stuff will all be announced through all the Facebook pages and stuff like that when they're about due to land, won't they?
Yeah, exactly. As soon as we have a confirmed delivery date or arrival date, then we can start talking about it. Unfortunately, at the moment, the market and the world market with delivery it's crazy, so we can't confirm anything until we actually get a date from the agents. So so we can talk about it. My boss has given me permission to talk about everything on our stand, including all the new and developmental stuff, which gives you guys a great opportunity to see how it progresses and how it starts. And when you see the finished product, you'll be able to see the differences and what changes we've made to make it more Australian.
Yeah, and to see that they're listening to, because a lot of the times And this is no disrespect to any lure company out there, but sometimes they just dictate the terms of what turns up. And, you're limited. And it's talking with Bone and you and guys on the show that, that stuff that is deliberately color-coded or set up for the Australian market tends to work a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, with Xeric and definitely with Bone, we've had that link with them the whole time where we're able to say, hey, we need this color, we need that color, we need it to do this. You need to strengthen up, your hook settings, or you need to strengthen up the toe point. It needs to dive an extra meter. It needs to walk and paddle. Yeah, all those sort of things. My bosses are really, really good anglers. I'm not going to say that out loud so everyone can hear it, or especially them. But they know what they're doing and been making lures for ages. So between Bone and the crew here, we've got years and years. We worked it out this morning at Wilson's. At the moment, we've got over 500 years of trade experience. It's a bit crazy.
Look, you are probably either all very old or there's a good crew there. I'm not sure on which it is.
It's a great crew, but we're really old.
Hey, tell us what's next down the line. Like, you've got a really big stall there. What's next down the line?
So, I'll do a little bit of Xeric stuff, which will interest people, hopefully.
Yep.
This one is a 12-month project, so don't get too excited about this. But I'll preface it by saying the first day that I had this lure on my rod at my whaler, I did catch 8 fish. So this is basically the lure that I use. Hold on, I'll get the right colour. This is going to be called Xeric Swim Jig. So it's basically a flat shad.
All right, just what you'll need to do for us is hold it a little bit higher so we can see it. Yeah.
Oh, hold on, get it. There we go. So it's a Xeric Swim Jig.
Oh, wow.
Based on a flat shad.
Yep.
It's got a stronger hook in it, and that one is the 5-inch one. Yep. So we're developing 4.5-inch, a 7-inch, and a 9-inch. So this one comes with a single hook. Oh, let me just try and get this in the right spot. And underneath the head, it's got an attachment point for a stinger, and you tow it off the front, so it's actually a proper swimming jig.
Excellent.
Now that at my whaler has been excellent. We did a lot of work with the live scope on it, and that caught a lot of fish. So it comes in, all the favourite colours. That's Fat Betty.
Yep.
There's a white one. There's a black one. There's the gold and black one. So colour 4 or dark ale, as everyone calls it.
Yep. Yep.
It's all in. But this one here is. This I'll have to get right away. That's how the 9-inch one's going to look.
So two hooks. Yep.
That comes with 2 hooks. That's a 1.5 ounce head, but we're still playing with the perfect weight for that.
Yep.
So that's one of my favorite little things that we've developed and, in the process of developing at the moment.
And that'll come into play for your live scoping type fishing, won't it?
Yeah, actually, it will, but to be honest, the first time I used it at my whaler, I was blind fishing.
Yep.
So just chucking it up on the flats without any assist hooks or anything like that. So it was really snag resistant. But as soon as we started using it on, say, the live imaging, we added that stinger treble underneath the chin, and we also added a stinger off the back of the hook. So It gave us, the treble points plus 2 other points to hook the fish, and fishing it off the scope where you're mainly fishing away from structure. The more hooks, the merrier. And we got a lot of fish doing that. So we've got a cool video that we're almost finished, which is about 10-12 minutes long, on how to go live scoping, which we had Skiers Boys, Brad Gardner, and Cole Dalrymple help us out with. So so that'll be announced again, and one to look out for. We've seen the preview of that, and it's awesome.
Oh, that's good. And that was filmed just before the drawdown when these were all down, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it. We planned it to be before the drawdown, but they started the drawdown a week early, so we caught it at the first week. It was interesting watching the lake fall as we fished it. And yeah, interesting for Brother, who has to now get a bottom rear end for his new motor.
Yeah, yeah.
So he didn't end up too well at the end of the trip, but that's what happens.
That is why we have insurance, for sure.
Exactly. So yeah, so let's move on to one of the brands which we're going to do, and it's not a new brand to Australia, but we're now going to be the distributor, and that's Duo Lures. So Duo, a high-end Japanese lure brand. It's got a lot of models that many people are familiar with already. And this is just a quick look at some of the lures that we're going to do.
That is so cool.
So this is pretty cool that we're now going to be doing this. And we do have stock of some of these lures already. So Apex Vibes and the pencils and the spearheads and the DR, shads and minnows. And however we say this, Shinmushis.
Shinmushis.
Yeah, they're a favourite of the bass anglers in the rivers when the cicadas are about. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of those. Fang baits, these are big for the barra and that sort of stuff. And then the offshore DRs, which the mackerel guys have been loving. So yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Well, that's huge. So that's added to your already large stable. You've added Duo to the list, and
Yep.
just because you wanted to do more work.
Yeah, like as the marketing guy, I don't have enough to do. So, the boss figured he'd give me some more to do. So, relaunch another brand sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, and look, I'm a big fan of the Duo stuff, so I'm so happy that that's in the range. I'm really looking forward to once again, that river stuff. Glenbourne, Sinclair, those jerk bait bites. Duo are one of the leading lures in that whole situation. So
yeah, and again, we've had the opportunity to talk with people like you and show you the list of products and show you some catalogs and say, give us the feedback on what we need to stock. So we're making sure we get the right lures. Yeah, the current stock we have is exclusively from the old supplier. So in our next order, we'll have a whole bunch of new gear that's come from people like yourself who I've spoken to and I've messaged and, we've worked with in a small and limited way, but we've still asked and sought that feedback so we can get the right stuff.
Yep, that's awesome. That's really cool. So what's next down the list? That's, big stuff already.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy stuff. So next one is a brand that Mustard bought internationally, which has been in Australia for a little while. And Mustard purchased it in America. So by default, we ended up as the Mustard distributor in Australia as the distributor for it. And that's these guys.
Live Target. Yes.
Yeah, so Live Target are known for ultra-realistic lures and the range of swim baits and glide baits and plastic baits and all of these little plastics and shrimps and frogs. They got a lot of gear, so we're really excited about how this is going to go as well.
Yeah, look, the Live Target, obviously massive in the States. Obviously, I follow a lot of what goes on in the States. We've won years in a row for ICAR stuff, but the cod guys and the barra guys are really going to love what's in the Live Target stable, aren't they?
Yeah, I think they are. We've worked with a few of the barra guys who fish the ABT barra rounds, and they're really excited about some of the offerings for barra. Dicko and Cord, who fish the ABT for us, are really excited about some of this gear. Some of the shads and the big paddle tails. So
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how it all goes. We're not really knowledgeable on the whole product range of this at the moment, but we're looking forward to getting into some fish.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And the other thing about Live Target, I don't think there's a bass fisherman out there on the tournament circuit that hasn't got a Live Target frog in their box.
Yeah, exactly. And they've got, I know we've got 6 different models of Live Target frogs. So there's from popper frogs to swimming frogs to plastic frogs to walk the dog frogs and all to the soft, squishy surface frogs. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
That's
plenty
cool.
there.
So
Yeah,
you've
it
now
is cool.
you've now added duo and live target to your already massive stable.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you've got plenty of work on for the next 12 months, haven't you?
I don't think I'm going to see the end of a fishing rod for a little while, but that's okay. As long as someone's out there fishing them, which, that's why we have our supported angler crew, and we also have a Dicko and Cord who go fishing. So it's yeah, I'll get there. I'll get there once cod season opens.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that's we've got a month left. I think I've got one more trip. There's a Central Victorian Lure Casters comp on at Mulwala weekend after next. So I'll get one trip into Mulwala. It's filled back up. All the boat ramps are back open. So
Yeah, magic.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah, and I saw with dismay that there was like 400 mils of rain predicted in the high country too. So
Yeah.
I wasn't happy to see that for all of my cod fishing friends down south. So hopefully that push comes after the cod season closes.
Yes, we can only hope.
Which makes it perfect timing for the breeding. So yeah, if it can just hold off for a little bit and fill up the ovens in 3 or 4 weeks' time when they can get access to breeding and spawning sites, that'd be awesome. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So next up, we got a tool brand. So we've ended up with 2 additions in tool brands. One people have probably heard of if they're in mining and that sort of stuff, and the other one's a brand from the UK which is called Toit Tools. So these are a high-end game fishing tool series, which work really, really well. So they've got really unique split ring pliers, crimping tools, haywire twist tools, and a whole bunch of accessories. So they're highly engineered. I'll see if I can grab a set down here. 8H. Oh, Dicko's grabbed them all, as he does. So yeah, these ones are beautiful and wonderful in the hand. Feel really, really good and designed for purpose. So they're tools that are made just to do what they're supposed to do. So
yeah,
I'm trying to get this in the right frame. Doing things backwards is really hard for an old man. So they're just the normal pliers. And yeah, Toit Tools are magic. I'm really looking forward to selling those. And the other one, which you might have seen at the bottom of the image, was the Black Panther snips. So Black Panther snips are really big in the mining industry. Although you're not allowed to, rumoured to be able to cut a 5-cent piece in half and then cut through your finest leader.
Oh, so, fair income.
Yeah, rumoured, because you're not allowed to deface coins, so no one's ever done it, but that's what they tell us.
Yeah, I might find something that's similar to try it.
So they're really, really good, and we've had a good play with it, and the guys really like them for, say, chopping the wings out of fish, like Red Emperor or Nanny Guy, that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Big Snapper, that sort of business where people cook the wings. They use these snips to chop them out, but also these standard size ones here. So these ones are the safety ones in the orange, and these are the standard models. They're just used for your everyday around the boat where you need snips. So,
they'd be awesome for Red Claw and, yabbies and stuff like that when you just want to split the tails in half and cook them on the barbie. They'd be red hot, yeah.
Yeah, and to be, to illustrate that, we had our boss's seafood night last night, which is the benefits of working in the fishing industry. And all of the Moreton Bay bugs were chopped up with the Black Magic snips. So basically from the tail, straight up the middle, and split them into 2. That was perfect.
Excellent. And those Toit split ring pliers, I watched a video on them after you told me you were getting them. As you said, insanely engineered, and it will, for blind people like myself that always forget to take their glasses out in the boat, one of the biggest things is changing hooks on the go out in the boat with no glasses. Those things, you'll be able to do it without glasses. They're insane. Yeah,
pretty much. The only, I suppose, if you're into trout or bass fishing, they're probably a little bit large for that.
Yeah.
So your yellow belly, Murray cod lures, any of your blue water lures, they're perfect for, because they come in 3 different sizes. But the smallest size is perfect for most of the stuff. I'd use it on, say, a custom crafted extractor, and I'm getting old school lures here.
Yeah.
Custom crafted extractor, number 2 stumpies, all that sort of stuff. Where we're into that. So it's they're beautiful. I love those tools.
Awesome. That's once again another thing that people will be out there looking for. When are they going to hit the stores?
So we got our first shipment a week ago. So Toy Tools available now. And then we've got the Black Panther snips are coming early next week. So they're pretty much available now and ready for people to use.
And through all good tackle stores at Stock Wilson.
Yeah, exactly. So it might take a little while for them to get out to the stores, but I'd be expecting if your store's keen or they want them, they can probably get them within a week.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, which is cool. So next. Our little pet brand, our Aussie built Venoms.
Venoms. So, everyone, look, one of the biggest subjects down here, obviously, is Venom. Everyone loves the Venom product, so we better do some Venom stuff.
Yeah, I've got a couple of things to do with Venom, but obviously the one closest to my heart is cod fishing. So we've developed a Venom target rod. Now, the Venom target rod were designed specifically for using as live scope or live target type rods. So here's it's really hard to show sticks.
Yeah.
So I'll try and get that logo in there, maybe just a little bit So we've got 3 models of those. There's a 1, 2, and a 3, and they will cast anything from a 10-gram jig head for, say, yellow belly and cod, all the way up to I think 160, 180 gram gigantrel in the heavy 3 model. So all the stuff that the guys use for when they're fishing their live scope. But I got to say, when I first picked up the middle-sized one, first thing I thought of was chucking spinnerbaits in the flats at my whaler without any of the live scope. So, to give you an idea, and the difference between these ones and most of the other Venoms. So they're closest related to the crankbait series, which is a 6'3" rod. These ones are a 6'5", and if I sort of go here, you can see all the Venom rods behind me.
Yep.
So these ones are 6'5" long, which gives us a little bit extra tip, which allows for those small underhand flip style casts to be made easily on the boat. It just allows the tip to load up a little bit easier and get that, live scoping. You're fishing 8 to 15 metres, I think. Much past 15, the scopes aren't really picking up the fish that well. So, you're not casting too far, which is great, and that's why we needed that tip to load up.
And that was one of the things that I learned from the skiers boys, having them on the show, talking about them. They're flipping to fish regularly. They're not casting to fish. There was no sort of rod out on the market designated to help you out with the cause of flipping for fish accurately anyway.
Exactly, and that's the other feature of these rods is that we've made the butt short so that when you're doing that underhanded flip cast, you don't catch it on your sleeves or you don't catch it on your shirt. So it's quite short. It's similar in length to the crankbait series, which allows you to just cast single-handed, underhanded, and not catch the butt of the rod on anything. There's nothing will stuff up a cast more than halfway through it, you catch your shirt and everything goes pear-shaped pretty quickly. And when you're chucking $80, $100 swim baits, you don't want anything busting off.
No, that's for sure. That's really good. And once again, listening to the input of people out there in the know, you've designed something specifically for that.
Yeah, exactly. And the beauty of them being made in Australia, and they are literally made above my head at work, is that we can have that talk with all of our supported anglers or guys in the field who may not be our supported anglers, but happy to talk to them, and they're happy to talk to us about what they need. So, we've consulted with not just the skiers boys, with Brad Gardner, with Kyle. We've talked to a whole bunch of barra fishermen who do similar stuff, but they do it on perspective mode, not on forward view. Obviously, Dicko has done a lot of barra fishing, so we've heavily consulted with him. So, we use as many tools as we can to try and get it as right as we can. But if it's not quite right, guess what? It's made in Australia. We can change it.
No, that's awesome. That's really cool. I'm going to give away the first prize for tonight. The postcode prize for tonight is 4350 Lionel Woods. Lionel, if you're still on, you need to send to Corey's Dam Fishing. Send me your address details, and I will post you out your brand new Zericat and Wilson hoodie. So Lionel Woods, that's you. You're the postcode prize. I'm still waiting for a few more questions to come in. There's been a few comments in the comments for you. As soon as you brought up that Venom rod just then, the target rod, Ryan has said, "Take my money now." He wants to put in an order.
Well, we got a little promo video of the boys down at my whaler doing their thing, which I'm just sort of showing you there because no one needs to look at my head for that long a time. So you can see the underhand flip cast that the boys are doing, and they're not fishing far from the boat. So just to give you an idea that this is what it's designed for. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And while we're looking at that, I can just pan down here, and if anyone's into blue water fishing, we got an entire new range of Venom saltwater lures. So they go from swim baits and stick baits to poppers and diving minnows, and they're made super duper tough. So that one there's the middle size popper at 140. It's got a really big cut face. If you see that little V at the bottom, that means that anglers can chug the rod a little bit easier than a perfect round shape. Mm-hmm. And the big cup, it's kind of hard to show, but it does actually hang over the front of the V down the bottom.
Yep.
And that grabs enough air to make really big splashes in the water. What my boss called it, disturbingly large splashes.
Disturbingly large. And
so,
that's all the blues water stuff. There's heaps of videos out there on YouTube of you guys out on Big Cat Reality, throwing some of that stuff. So it's insane.
Yeah, and again, it's all it's all fully tested. We don't do those trips just for fun. As much as those guys going out there love it, it is done for a purpose. So they're all coming in about 4 to 6 weeks. So anybody into their blue water fishing for southern bluefin tuna, or if they're lucky enough to head up to the reef, that stuff will be available. It's all made Venom tough. It's all made just like the rods. So we don't make it in Australia. I'll absolutely guarantee that. But they're totally designed by the team here, and and built to withstand the punishment from the biggest of fish.
Awesome.
So what else? It's never ending.
I went through a list earlier just to the stuff that you did give me. You were talking about some mustard jigs.
Yep. So we got some new slow fall jigs, which has been pretty large. I'll just go past some of the famous people. Hold on a sec. That's Tony Bennett.
G'day, Tony. G'day, Vanessa.
And Banksy. So
Banksy.
all of the industry legends are here, drinking our free beer.
Yeah, of course Tony's there. Sure, he shouldn't have a rum in his hand.
Well, if he could get free rum, he'd get free rum, I'm sure. Uzo, apparently. It's got to be Uzo. Yeah. I think he's channeling his Greek younger self.
You don't want to see that.
No. So these are the new mustard jigs. So we've had 4 mustard jigs out for a while.
Yep.
But we just received stock last week of all these ones, which were released for the show. So it's a tracer shot jig, which is a small one. You can see the size of that. It's nice small casting profile, used for salmon and tailor and all those sort of smaller species.
Yep.
Stagger bod, which again, much bigger, all the way up to 300 grams, those guys, so quite a big lure. Fishing for the species such as nanagai, all the cods. If you're going really deep water, start looking at the Moonriser jig. So Moonriser jig, you can see it's got a thin profile.
Yeah.
Head down profile, so it just dives really quickly down. And then we have our little Masashi casting jigs. So these have been really good in the surf. believe it or not, for Salmon and Taylor, and the guys are loving it. So they have this little assist hook here and a treble on the back. So
Yeah.
they've been fantastic, and Mustard really on a mission to broaden their horizons quite significantly. So they're not just known for hooks; it's now called mustard fishing rather than mustard hooks. So yeah,
And
they're
hence why buying live target and other stuff as well.
yeah, exactly. So they've also purchased Tough Line, which we sell, which is a braided line. So that's all. Yeah, it gives us all those sort of options. But the other exciting part from Mustard, which we learnt about literally a week ago, is this one. So Mustard Rod Works. So they've actually designed a whole bunch of rods with the American guys and Bass Pros and all that sort of stuff. So from shore fishing to fishing frogs to fishing saltwater and all that sort of stuff. So if I just do this quickly, to give you an idea, the Mustard Rod Works, these are all brand new mustard rods. We've got 8 ranges here, and we've got another 4 ranges which are due in 12 months. So
Wow.
yeah, if you look, there's quite long shore-based rods. There's Surf Series. These blue ones here, they're slow fall jigging rods. These ones here are called Detector Series. So they're for trout and lightweight bass sort of stuff. So again, there's rods for all sorts of different purposes.
So just more details and codes for you to get your head around.
Oh, I've got no chance. I literally have no chance. Like, we thought we had about 150 new products. It's ended up at about 270 new individual items that I have to learn. So yeah, not having a great time of it. So
Well, at least you're not putting in the blue keys and stuff like that for everyone to work everything out.
that's true, and I don't have to do the pricing and all the research. So it's been a fun 3 days learning all about this sort of stuff. So hopefully, when everyone sees it in the next 3 months to 12 months, it's well accepted. And with this rod range that we just looked at, we will only choose the rods that we think are good for Australia. It's kind of pointless for us to get rods that no one's going to buy in Australia. So we'll carefully go through that in the next sort of 2 months and work out which ranges we take.
Yep, for sure. We got a question in there. Jeff Goddard said, "Is there anything new in the spinnerbait range?"
No, there's not. So our current spinnerbait range includes a Xeric Infinity Blade, which we've all used in the Cod Nationals. And we've also got a Mustard arm lock spinnerbait. So the arm locks haven't had a big following, but we'll have a look at those because they're not a new product. They're not at the show here. But I've been working on those and sticking McCarthy's, which is another brand of plastics that we've got, in the tails of the Mustard arm locks. So
yeah.
And they worked really, really well for us at the Cod Nats last year. So the last morning was sponsored by Mustard, so we were able to use those in the lures, and they were really good. They come from 7 grams all the way up to 28 grams, 5 different weights in between it. So they're pretty cool. I mean, they are definitely a largemouth bass spinnerbait, but our cod eat them up, and the smaller ones, the yellow bellies, are into as well. I haven't had the chance to chuck them in a bass yet, but I'm sure the bass would chew them just as well.
Spinnerbait, a bass will just hit a spinnerbait. They don't care what brand it is.
Yeah, exactly. having said that, I do like the Hobbit spinnerbaits. So.
Oh look, I've just put in another order ready for the Clarence from the Hobbit. So for sure.
So anybody who doesn't know who the Hobbit is Glenn from Bassman Spinnerbaits. So an Aussie made one, which I like using Aussie made stuff as well. Yeah,
no, for sure. And you are a supporter of everyone out there, Aussie. That's definitely for sure. We've talked about it on the show. And Glenn looks after me, and I do love his spinnerbaits. They just work for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And first time I've seen him for 3 years at the Lure Expo last weekend. So it's pretty exciting catching up with the little Hobbit again. So.
Yeah, well, it'll be about the same for me. I only when I've got him on the show is since the start of that old flu thing. I haven't seen him in person since the start of that. So
Yep, exactly. So anyway, everything's back pretty much to normal now, and we can all catch up again, which is great.
We've got another question in the comments just come in about storage. Any new storage options?
Not really. I think most people would have seen our storage. We do have the new Vibe box, which I'll just grab here. So I'll try and I'll get Tony to do it.
Hello.
So the Vibe box is, this one's the fully waterproof one.
It's Vibalicious.
And it's got an interior that you can actually stick your lure hooks into.
Yep.
I've got good male models here, haven't I?
That's not all.
So that comes in 2 sizes. And that's, they're not new. They're new to us, but they're certainly not a new concept. Fly anglers have been using that concept for years. Just took us lure fishers a little while to work out that it was a good idea.
No, and I think for us in the tournament scene, the brim guys have been always about better storage than the bass guys because they have to look after their gear a lot more with the rusty stuff. So
yeah, exactly. So this is just a bit of an idea of the storage that we do. And we do actually have one new concept, which is going to be hard for me to show you. But Venom's really expanding as a range for us. So what I'll do, hopefully you'll be able to see this. This is a new Venom tackle wallet. Now this is brand new. And I've only seen this literally from yesterday when Cord got a late delivery of it. So this has worm binders, which most people have seen in these sort of wallets.
Yep.
But it's also got room for a tackle tray. So for my mind, that does all of my grub fishing for yellow belly all in one need. It also fits my my blades for yellow belly. So if I was going to, say, Windermere to go fish yellow belly, I'd have everything I need all sitting there in the one box, and that's a nice small compact size and all I need to take.
No, that's brilliant. See, it's the first thing I thought of when I seen that was straight away because I, as we were talking about with Glenn with the Bassman spinnerbaits, I also carry a separate box of different coloured blades, and I fiddle with blade colours and stuff like that. So I'd have that other box full of all my different blades, Colorados and whatnot in there, so I could just change them on the fly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's kind of really exciting to have that sort of stuff, and again, being that it's Venom branded, it's made with the best zippers, all the best materials we can source. So, the boss is pretty uncompromising with anything he sticks Venom onto. It has to stand up to him, and he can break stuff like no one else I know. Oh, Rod McKenzie's pretty good at breaking stuff.
Yeah.
I reckon my boss is almost better.
That's true. Hey, got another question. Sarah's asked, out of the range that we've just been showing, what would you be throwing for the last month of cod season at Lake Mulwala?
Oh, Mulwala as water comes up. That's a toughie actually. So I'd probably look at it depends if I've got a scope or not. If I was scope fishing, I'd be chucking a focus. I'm lucky I work for the people and no bones, so I've got some of these ones, which I'll probably get Corey some, so he'll have some too.
I'd love that.
So I'll chuck some of those focuses. If I was fishing Mulwala, I'd certainly be chucking the swim jig and continue its testing phase. So given that, you could just rig a flat shad on a jig head and do that. But be all and end all, if I'm just blind fishing up Mulwala, I'm chucking a spinnerbait 99% of the time.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd chuck, and just a drab pale olive green colour has always been the best for me at Mulwala.
And we've talked about that on the show before. Episodes 3 for the last 3 years, we've talked about it and we've showed your colour. It is just olive green, all the basics, and just keep casting it.
Yeah, that's it. And like that first morning of the cod nats this year was the best morning I've ever had at my whaler ever in 35 years of fishing it, and that was on that colour.
Yeah,
It was nothing special, nothing amazing. I was catching 90 centimetre fish, or I'd only ever caught 60 centimetre fish. So it was just one of those wow moments. So yeah, a lot of faith in it. But having faith in the colour that you choose, believing that it's the right one, I think is the most important thing. You ask me what my colour is, I'll say that. You ask Banksy, he likes purple. If you ask Painter Rogers, he likes purple with chartreuse green tips on the skirt. So everyone catches fish, and everyone catches fish really well, and they all like something different. So,
and that's why you catch more lures on your favourite lure.
It's the one you put on first. It's the one you keep on longest, and it's the one you put on last.
That's on.
So, there's a good reason why my little number 2 purple stumpy Winky's caught so many fish, because Winky got used a lot.
Yeah, that's it for sure. Now, I've got another question in there. Any new ATC reels or ATC stuff coming out?
Well, there actually is. So, yeah, something I haven't mentioned because it's a bit beyond most of us. So we've got the vigilance reels. I'll just see if I can turn this around. So vigilance is a new heavy game. So we've got the 16. Whoa, sorry.
We've gone blank.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
Yep.
So we've got the vigilance 16,000. So that's 30 kilos of drag, made for really big game fishing. It's got dual drag system. But just last week, we got this one, which is a little 5,000 version. So anybody who's fishing, say for snapper or that sort of stuff, that'd be really, really good. And then, unbeknownst to me, until it arrived 2 days ago, this one is a little prototype 3,000 reel.
Oh, wow.
So a little Vigilance 3000, and that is built for big game. So all the Vigilance reels are designed to take on bigger fish than what the reel looks like it should be able to handle.
Yeah.
But they all come in a really cool box like this. So yeah, they're a high-end reel without the high-end price.
And the smallest at this point in time that they're going down to is the 3,000.
Yeah, smallest at the moment is 5,000. 3,000 is developmental reel. So there's another sneak peek for everybody. So yeah, this is what it looks like, and it may not look like that when it comes out.
No, of course. So, that's what it's all about. Is you get a little bit of sniff at the show, and then you can follow it over the next 12 months, 6 months, whatever it is, until its release.
Yeah, exactly, and that's how we like to like to really test it out. For better or worse, the Australian angler, as a general rule, is pretty tough on tackle. So if you want to see where something's limitations are, chuck it in Australia and let people go fishing with it, because we break stuff like few others. Yeah.
Whether it's got to do with the laid-back lifestyle or not, but yes, I tend to agree that we are a lot harder on what we are than most other countries.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's I know Bone when it comes to warranties and stuff. He just goes, "You Australians are crazy. What do you do?" So, mate, we fish rods like they're supposed to fish. So, we're not mucking around with 2 kilo line and light drags and being all soft, are we, Bone? We're not fishing for little fish.
Nah, definitely not. Although most of the time, yes, but no.
So yeah, it's been a fun week with lots and lots of work for me to do over the next 3 months. So
yeah, of course. And you'll be filtering all the stuff through individually. Obviously, you're the man now. It'll be handed over to you to release photos and little blurbs, so everyone can watch all that stuff on Facebook, Instagram.
Yep, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll be from tomorrow onwards. I'll start doing proper releases with specs and some more information that we couldn't go through here. On the Wilson Facebook page and on Instagram and that sort of stuff. So it'll start tomorrow at 8 o'clock. And that's when my life as an angler stops and my life as a worker starts.
Yeah, of course. Now, I'll go to one last question. Then I'll announce the 2 other winners of the prizes tonight. And we'll let you get back because it is beer o'clock. I know you want to go over there and have one of those beers. Aaron has actually asked, what's your favourite new release out of all the products that you've seen
The favourite thing I've seen on the stand, and I'm not saying just because I love Bone to death, is the new Dragos. I was in love with the first series, and as you well know, I've been pestering him for about a year and a half to hurry up and get this new series going. So, yeah, I just love the look of the new series. It's magic, and the feel of it. They're not vastly different. They're a little bit slower or softer in the action than the first ones. And, as Bone said, the guides are a little bit larger, so they're a little bit more Australian friendly. But, gee, they're just special. They're just special.
Yeah, no, and for me, straight up, I would be straight over that too. The Drago range looks amazing. I can't wait to see them in person. But in the lures, I'm going to stick with Bone again and the new swim baits with the detachable tail. That just blew me away. So I'm looking forward to them hitting the market as well.
Yeah, not sure how far away that one is.
Yeah.
But I tell you, if Bone doesn't get me some samples, there's going to be some serious words spoken with Bone and his boss.
Yeah, for sure. Barry Kelly's asking, people purchase goods on open day? That would, to me, would be a no. It's just
it's show only.
Yeah.
There'll be all of the TV celebs. Like we'll have Bergie here and Sammy Hitsky and Hardy from Hook, Line and Sinker. Dicko and Cord will be here. Bone will be here. So we'll have all those guys can come and have a chat to about stuff. But yeah, we're not allowed to sell anything. We're allowed to give away hats and stickers and that sort of stuff. But it's just for show only. Most of this stuff we've looked at here is barely here or still coming. So we don't even have stock apart from the ones we got to show. So
no, and as you said throughout tonight, some of it only turned up 2 days ago, and you first seen it 2 days ago. So
yep,
it does make it hard. But that's the world we live in at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. But it makes it fun. It makes it exciting, and there's there's so much new stuff that I've got to get my head around. So yeah, it's been a fun 3 days. Like I love new fishing tackle. I've been a fishing tackle nut my whole life, like most of the people listening in, I'd imagine. It's been a real revelation, this one. Scary revelation.
Look, I'm a complete and utter nut. I stay up until midnight. iCast. I was on every YouTube channel watching what was happening in iCast. For the next 3 days, I will be on everyone's channel trying to find out what everyone's releasing and find out all that information. But it was awesome to catch up with you and talk about all the Wilson stuff tonight because, as everyone knows, it's on my show. I love it. I use it. I use all the Bone products. And it's just, it's about getting the information out there to the general public, which I think we've done tonight. And it's been absolutely awesome of you to make the time for me. And, you've been on the show a few times, but I can't thank you enough, and I can't thank Bone and the team at Wilson enough either.
No worries, it's all good. At least, people have got to see me in my professional life rather than my social fishing my whaler and loving every minute of it life.
Yeah, that's it. And you've got a heap of work ahead. And, as you said, I hope at some stage, maybe it'll be cod opening, you'll get down here for a bit of a fish and I can take you out.
Absolutely. We need to share the same boat for a few days and make up a whole bunch of lies and have some memories.
Yep, that's the one. I'm looking forward to that. All right, I'm going to call it there. I will let you go, and I'll just close off the show with a few giveaways.
Beautiful, you do that, and let me know. Let me know what we can do to help always.
All right, thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.
All right, there you go, everybody. That was insanely good. I was so happy with that. There's so many new products coming out, and that's just the Wilson store. So keep an eye on your Facebook pages. There's going to be a whole heap of other stuff come out over the weekend. I know the Bluefin fishing team's going to be busy. The boys are all going to go there on the open day with all of their products and whatnot as well. Looking forward to the Bone Drago range. As I said, all the Bone lures, but those toy split ring pliers, really looking forward to getting a pair of them in my hand as well. Prizes for tonight. Paul Langley, you're going to get yourself one of these as well. So that's a Wilson buff and a Zerek hat. So that's Paul Langley. You need to send me your details to Corey Stan Fishing, and we will go from there. And the other one was Jeff Goddard. So Jeff Goddard asked a question early on in the night. You guys need to get back to me and send me your postal address, or I can't send these out. I'm not going to chase you up. So we've got Jeff Goddard and Paul Langley. And earlier on in the night, I gave the postcode prize to Lionel Wood. So, Lionel, you will get that as well. You've all got to send that to me. Other than that, everyone, I'm going to say good night for now. I know Boothy's still on there in the background. If I cut you out, I'll give you a call back. So I'm just going to end the stream there. Thanks, everyone, for logging on. We had heaps of people logging on, and thanks for all the questions. And I will talk to you very soon.